Good morning, everyone. Today we have with us Professor M.P. Gupta, who is a professor at the Department of Management Studies, IIT Delhi, in the area of information systems. Professor Gupta has a long tenure with IIT Delhi for over 2 decades now with the Department of Management Studies. He's also been the head of Department of Management Studies from 2017 to 2020. And he has brought in a lot of initiatives there. Incidentally, I was also faculty there when he was the head of the department, so I actually started my academic journey under his leadership. Professor Gupta has been very well known for his contributions to e-governance and other digital infrastructure initiatives by the Government of India. He's been part of a lot of committees, technical groups, which sort of became the backbone of the IT infrastructure in the country. Today he's with us to share with all of you his insights as an academician in management studies department, particularly of the IITs, and to talk to you about the kind of journey that you are going to embark upon, the learnings that you would have, and what are the certain ways to, if there are any challenges, what are the certain ways to overcome those challenges as a student and let's say post MBA as a professional. I now invite this as this particular session would also have our head, Professor Krishna, who would be interacting with Professor Gupta, and I would request Professor Krishna to take over from now.
Thank you, Venkat. Once again, Professor Gupta, welcome. Actually, I don't have to welcome you because you're part of this family. So I think I'm very happy to have you here. To begin with, to the students, I should say it's not very often that you get to hear from the founder of organization who continues to have a very deep involvement with the organization. So I say this because Professor Gupta, who has set up this department, before setting up, he has been one of the thought leaders who envisioned this school of management entrepreneurship in many forms, and he's envisaged it very differently from many other places, using his experience and using his wish to make a mark on the Indian education sector, especially using the IIT's name. So I think it's very lucky for this batch to be able to have the continued guidance of our founding father, if I can call it that. And it is a great pleasure for me to have this opportunity to interact with him formally, maybe in front of you, even though I get very frequent guidance and from him as we speak very regularly. There are practitioners, there are academicians. And it is sometimes said that those who can't practice teach. But there are exceptions to that case, and that's Professor Gupta. He's a practitioner, academician. He's an academician practitioner because the kind of networking he has done across the academic circle and the industry circle is perhaps unrivaled in my network. I can say that he's one of the most networked people, and he does it very consciously. And he believes that in a very dynamic view of education going forward, and how it is just not teaching you what it is today, but making people ready for tomorrow. So with that preamble, I would like to start this session with Professor Gupta. So can you please take the students through what is the thought process which you through your experience and through your various initiatives, what caused you to think about the School of Management Entrepreneurship as in its current form, and what do you expect this to deliver to the students or make them ready for the future? So.
Thank you, Dr. Krishna and Dr. Venkat, and I also see Dr. Shankar. Good morning to all of you. And so before I start, and explain to you the background thought behind the School of Management and Entrepreneurship at IIT Jodhpur, I wish to compliment and congratulate all of you. You are here as a batch, second batch of MBA. And I'm sure you must have gone through a challenging time. COVID is the one, but definitely you are here overcoming all that. Must have also got into the process of admission at various places, and many of you must have actually have converted admission to many places as well, and you choose this place. So I must really admire your choice, because it's the right choice that you have made, and you will always take pride into this decision that you have made today. Why? So this why will you'll get answers in specific details in due course of my presentation or discussion with you. Many of you might not have heard about IIT Jodhpur MBA program. Maybe 6 months before, somebody maybe messaged you, somewhere you read some comment, somewhere you come across some advertisement. So there is no legacy that we have. Unlike brand that I am Safeguard, ABC, older one, also newer ones, they exist also almost more than decade. So choice for all MBA aspirants today is very much known. And among IITs, few IITs, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, a premier one, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Roorkee, Kanpur, Madras. That's all. IIT Jodhpur belonged to second generation IIT that is started somewhere 2010 or so. So 2010-11 is the time when government of India thought to expand the IIT brand into various states. So campus like IIT Jodhpur, IIT Mandi, IIT Ropar, IIT Goa, Bhilai, Patna, Bhubaneswar, all that places came into being. And IIT is a primarily technology campus. They are supposed to nurture technology programs, research into technology and technology solutions. Any new IIT thinking about management is something very questionable, and it was very strong questions when we started thinking about starting a school. So I'm not part of IIT Jodhpur. I spent a very brief period, 7 months. I had planned to spend entire 1 year, 2020, but somehow due to COVID, I had to wind up my stay there. Also some other family reasons. But agenda that we set when I ended up at Jodhpur, that was achieved, and that included having a strong conviction why we need a school of management and entrepreneurship in a new IT setup. Older ITs are more established, so there is a good reason to to start any new discipline, including management, law, policy, all that. Now it's happening also. IIT Delhi you see, IIT Kharagpur you see, Bombay you see, you will find a school of policy, school of law, and management obviously. In fact, you go to Kharagpur, they have plenty of disciplines expanded. Even medical science also, they're looking at that also. And here Delhi, we collaborate heavily into healthcare sector, including AIMS, etc. So the programs are far beyond technology, far beyond technology. But it takes time, IIT Delhi, Bombay, Kharagpur, they exist almost since almost 60 years, 55 to 67, 60, 65 years. IIT Jodhpur is 10 years, approximately 10 years old institution, 10 to 12 years old institutions. Just a second. Yeah, tell me. बोलो. मैं तुमको बुलाऊंगा, फोन करूंगा, ठीक है? मैं Sorry dear. So one thing is very clear, and you should have clarity, is that today entire world is tech centric. Your own personal life, your social life, you just limit yourself, just confine to yourself in your room, and you see how much you yourself is intertwined with gadgets, around. You have laptop, you have mobile phone, and few more things around. And everything is happening via those remote controls are your mobile phones. Your 70 to 80% time is actually stressed via these devices. It may be adding value, it may be giving you more knowledge, it may be opening up opportunities, it may be making you more social, all that, but also there are negative part as well. Your health, your mind distractions, your stress, there are all other aspects of that. So your personal life is one aspect. Go beyond person, go to your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. You live with your family. As long as you live with family, you are in touch with your parents. Still, there are a lot of time you use your devices. And if your brothers, sisters, extended family live abroad, live elsewhere, the only medium is this medium, virtual medium. So your personal life, starting from you and expanding to extended family and also friend circle, all you see the entire surrounding is totally happening over a virtual platform. And virtual platform is not only, it's like a highway. But over a highway, there are a lot of apps, a lot of devices, a lot of things are happening that enables you to achieve all those things. So you appreciate your own space, which is technology centric. Now go to workplace, take up a job. Anywhere you take up a job, technology is not going to say there is no way out. You are working on system, you are working on ERP system. There's a whole lot of things around where you have to have a strong ability, knowledge, familiarity, if not proficiency, to be able to perform at the workplace also. You take banking sector, you take a banking job, you take a job in some retail firm, you take a job in say healthcare system, you take a job in FMCG, you take a job in education. Anywhere you become part of international trade, global trade. Environment is totally technology led. So point is that, and also I'll give you some data. You look at placement data across the business school in the world, entire world. I'm not referring to only India placement data. That is something known to you because I'm sure you are here. You must have been tracking data about all IIMs, and placement is the one data that entices you most, guides you most. Your choices are mostly governed by placement data, and I'm sure you must be also quite concerned about where IIT Jodhpur stands in placement record. Okay, so I'll answer all that. But look at placement data, and you will. It's a generic statement. 70 to 80% jobs, 70 to 80% placements are happening, and the takers are who? They're all IT companies, are tech-savvy companies. If bank is hiring, if Royal Bank of Scotland is hiring you, please understand you're a technocrat there in the bank. If Goldman Sachs is hiring you, you be sure they are hiring you based on your technology knowledge, your proficiency, your ability to know, understand business and technology both. If you know only one, if you know only business, and if you know only technology, I think you'll be having problem. So this is why one sense of relations, the entire landscape in and around personal life, social life, work life, economy, total economy. You see digital economy. If you look at economy, India's economy is touching $3 trillion. Worldwide, entire global economy, mostly we count Western countries and nations, dominant economies. Again, 8% to 10% slice is digital economy. What it is? Hardware, software, platform, cyberspace, and then extended activity over there that trigger this spillover economic impact. So 8% is hard number. It is actually 20%, 25% if you count the spillover impact of digital economy or overall economy. So opportunity that is created today is more exponential. If you are starting from having tech proficiency and understanding business landscape, this was a sense of relation. So IIT system is more ready, more geared to offer best suited management program in the market than any standalone business school. So I am Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Calcutta. If you just keep them aside, you count any IIM, Lucknow, Kozhikode, Indore, including, I would not rate them very highly. IIM Kozhikode, Lucknow, and Indore, maybe people in perception, people have high opinion beyond IIT Jodhpur, even IIT Bombay and Delhi. But in my assessment, there is a small gap which will be bridged in coming 5 years' time. In 5 years' time, the way template is given to School of Management, the way DMS at Delhi, the way School of Management at Bombay, they're all moving forward. They'll be able to cope up that gap. They'll be on forefront of the program. For us, the challenge was how to create a program, because IIT Jodhpur was a late starter. School of Management we started in 2019. The first batch joined, 2020. The first batch joined in 2020. This is your second batch. Okay. And so 2021 is a very late to start a business school MBA program. Now, question was how to really design today, which is meeting the clear gap. And that's where Tech MBA idea came. And you spend time over Google and find out in the entire world where else Tech MBA programs exist. You will find MBA program generic and with a lot of specialization: MBA IT management, MBA business analytics, MBA AI, MBA finance, MBA fintech, MBA entrepreneurship, MBA marketing, all that. But MBA business analytics and Tech MBA, both are different. MBA business analytics refers to ensuring that you get some exposure to business analytics, data analytics, big data tools. You become more knowledgeable about cloud computing, more exposure to some analytics tools. This program is a technology leadership program. Essentially, MBA is a leadership program everywhere. In content, in entire objective of MBA program is basically to produce business leaders. I'm telling you that you should be technology leaders, not business leaders. How is it different? So business is a business. It's a take or non-take. An NGO also is a business, having some goal. A sports organization also is an entity that has some enterprise character. But by and large, if you look at industry, corporate world, okay, so you will realize that today, given the scenario I explained to you, we need more leaders who are techno centric. They are more they have more techno flavor. So technology leadership programs are something that was a clear gap. What happens when people get hired by top companies from IIMs and IITs, they go through 1 year of apprenticeship, rigorous training to get them a feel of the meaning of technology leadership. If you read Google news about Google, how they are going to hire now onwards, they are going to abandon visiting campuses to hire MBAs because they know that it is a waste of time. What kind of profile they need, they don't get from any campuses. So they hire fresh graduates and they allow them to go through 2 years, a very well-designed program, and that is all technology leadership programs. So not very far that I see there'll be huge question mark around the campuses. In fact, in North America, many of the business schools have closed MBA programs. Please read, these news. You will find in Economics, in Fortune, in Forbes, and you just type where MBA has been closed, program has been closed. You'll find plenty of B schools where MBA program has been closed. What they have replaced with 1 year short MBA program with high techno focus. They are focusing on fintech. They are focusing on big data. They are focusing on analytics. So we thought about, why don't we call tech MBA? Technology MBA, where focus is purely what Google wants. You give the market what market wants from the campuses. And we were very ambitious. We were very aggressive also when we designed this. And program was launched. And I don't know how far I am able to convince you, but I'll share with you one case study. I shared with the colleagues there also. It is a case of IBM company. You may be knowing IBM, a great company I admire most among the IT companies. And IBM is the one rare company. If you look at Fortune 500 list of companies, Fortune is a US-based company. They regularly, every year they publish best Fortune 100, Fortune 50, Fortune 500. So Fortune 500 is a list of global companies who are rated based on their performance, business performance, revenue. Most profitable company in the world, they find place in Fortune 500 list. And this list is coming visible to us since 1983. Please check on the from the Google exact year. I'm sure it is 83. So 83 today, 2021, 2 years more, it will be 40 years, not 30 but 40 years. Look at 40 years data and all list of Fortune 500 companies. And there'll be one line, 1995. In 1995, there was a turnaround. Internet came into our life. Internet took birth in 1990, end of 94, early 95. So there is a data pre-internet, there is a data post-internet. If you just look at sheer data, you will find that many of the companies who exist today in Fortune 500, they will not be there if we don't have internet today. Google certainly will not be there at all because Google is out and out a company that is there because of internet. Amazon will not be there at all. eBay will not be there. And many of them. Booking, Airbnb, it will not be existing at all. Now think about value of Google, value of Amazon. They are not. The Academicians above Amazon, $1 trillion value, more than $1 trillion. I think it is the size of few nations' total economy. So much wealth they have created, so much value they have created, so much employment opportunity they have created. And what is the unique thing about these companies? Please do this analysis. Your eye will be open. You'll have something very unique vision once you look and analyze those data. You see, so one is companies who took over, in fact, who took over entire Fortune 500 list, and they are among top 20, top 50, top 10. Top 10 you will find a lot of oil companies, Excel and etc. But you'll figure that in top 50, top 100, top 100, there are hundreds of IT companies. Many Chinese, many American, not many Indians, of course, bad luck. But it is, you will feel amazed to see that change. So internet has brought so much, change into corporate world, corporate setting. This is one signal. Do you think this is happening only alone? All graduates were being picked up by these companies from campuses across the world. Since 95, 96, 97, every batch, and they are, after graduation, getting placed into some companies. They are making changes. They are working there. what they are doing, their engine of entire work, that companies are, and you are part of this, growth. This batch after 2 years will be part of that journey. So you need to know the journey, the trajectory, you need to know the direction which, things are moving forward. So one is signal that you get out of analyzing post-internet phenomena. I don't think to talk much beyond this, because it is going to give you huge convincing logic. Each company you pick up, even non-tech company, you pick up any oil company also, you pick up many FMCs, you pick up any bank also. I mentioned about Royal Bank, the Bank of Scotland. Go and read about this bank. It is 70%. The assets are all technology assets. It is a total cloud-based bank. Even Amazon.com, it is a retailer. It is a retail shop. But 70% of the profit is coming from is tech firm, tech Amazon Web Services. So if you analyze, a little more detail, you will find, and even normal bank, you go to any bank, Canara Bank, State Bank, most third-class bank, you go there, still you'll find, you will not be filling forms. You have to go to ATM. You could go to internet banking. Now, to allow that to happen, how much system they have to create, which is totally see, entire journey towards working in autopilot mode. Autopilot mode. Let me explain what is the meaning of autopilot mode. If you have flown with any airline, what happens? There is a takeoff time. There is a landing time. You go from Delhi to Chennai, 3 hours. Initial 30 minutes is a takeoff time, preparation and runway, and then takeoff. So 15-20 minutes, they will alert you to follow all instructions and security instructions, etc. But after 30 minutes, they'll say, "Oh, now you are free." People are talking, gossiping, going to the bathroom, enjoying, eating, all that. You're moving around into our flight. And before 30 minutes of landing, again they will alert you. Take your seat and all that. So 3 hours, 1 hour is your time of alert. Rest 2 hours is all enjoyment. But flight is going on. That is moving forward. It is autopilot, and also go to pilot, where pilots are sitting, cockpit. You see, during that time, they're also enjoying. It's stressless journey. Autopilot mode is a concept which you see around happening now. And all businesses are moving towards creating most of the operations in autopilot mode. What is left for innovation, for thinking is strategic part, policy part, R&D part. And this is creating a new character. So post-internet, all companies you'll find the profit is not the focus. Not looking at quarterly profit and annual profit. I think your professor of finance will teach you the aim of any business. Profit maximization. For a long time, this was a prevailing concept in corporate world. Then they corrected, once the stock exchange and shareholding concept came into being. So profit management concept was taken over by wealth management concept, because you are now working for shareholders. Shareholders sitting anywhere, his wealth has to be maximized. That doesn't include only profit. Dividend is not your goal. I have few shares of Reliance and few other shares. I never bothered about dividends. Some 30 rupees, 20 rupees every year they send me by check. I hardly bother to deposit that. My wealth is stock value. Why every day you see come across that Adani has been valued to be having $50 billion of worth, Mukesh Ambani is, Asia's #1 richest person. Their wealth is, some $1 billion, $90 billion. How they're assessed? It is all basically their share values into this time. So the concept of profit and wealth maximization has taken a backseat. Internet has brought a totally new dimension, paradigm shift, where innovation has become, primary goal. You innovate and keep on innovating. Entire energy, focus on innovation. So Google is, totally into innovation. IBM is totally into innovation. Amazon, you see so much, innovation happening. Samsung, Apple. So these companies brought into a new culture of, running businesses. They pick up talent, huge talent, where they are involved into innovation, creating new business logic, new product, and this is by default, profit and wealth happens. So this is a new phenomenon. The business logic has changed. If you go to companies pre-internet, you will find business logic is mostly confined to profit and wealth maximization. So IBM belongs to a generation company which is, cutting across older to modern to today's, today's context. Now, in mid-80s, what happened? There was a crisis. There was a crisis where company was losing every quarter $3 billion, $4 billion losses. But these rich companies, they had a lot of reserve, and it was probably there was a fear that eventually this company will be closed, become bankrupt one day. Such a strong company, technology. I think IBM was the one pioneer company which has still products which are most admired today. All travel booking that you do today, the core engine is all built by IBM. Many of them, banking softwares, databases, they're all coming from IBM. So core engine is coming from IBM research. So what happened? The management gave a thought what to do now. So they picked up a guy who was non-technical. I am missing his name. I'll share with you the case study. And the guy, I think he was a Spanish guy, and he was working with some FMCG, some company which is into retail. No knowledge about, no experience of running a tech company. It was a very bold experiment to give entire journey to somebody who is novice into technology. But he turned around the IBM company. So what he did, interesting to find. So, and in this story, everything is hidden. For tech MBA, this is an ideal case to understand the power of tech MBA. Technology company, IBM. There is a leadership change. You will find a lot of leadership theories being discounted, or new theories being proved, where leadership matters. Not necessarily something that we refer to today, but that experiment was something where there was a belief that somebody who is beyond this world can see us differently, and out of the box thinking can percolate in the entire team. So he changed a lot of business practices. He made customer centric changes where customer become more into focus of the company, and so on and so on. So culture, leadership, lot of supply chain, lot of customer relationship. These are all layers beyond technology solutions, the product that IBM had, and they were the things become possible only via somebody who is from outside. And company turned around subsequently. Today it is still very high performing company. So you pick up this company, pick up Amazon also. It's a fantastic example. It is not a technology company at the outset. But look at history. When Amazon was launched, it was launched with some other aim. It was launched to sell books only. What they do today, they didn't had any idea at that point of time, but gradually they expanded. Today, they have a most competitive technology arms. You look at Daewoo, LG, Samsung. There are a lot of companies, but they have very strong IT companies also. In India as well, bank like ICICI, they are known to be a most tech-savvy bank for a long time. But they also have a tech company, and this technology company came out of internal system. Their own IT system became so mature, they thought to make a company. Same as the case with the LG and Daewoo and Samsung. Look at history of these companies, you will find they own a lot of companies, including a lot of tech companies as well. So what I'm saying here, is that please believe in this program. You have made a great choice. And what IIT Jodhpur thought about a Tech MBA program was based on very thorough research and not thorough and deeper research into understanding what is happening in corporate world. Today we talk about Industry 4.0. Do you understand the meaning of Industry 4.0? This is the concept where entire manufacturing will be integrated. So Maruti and Hyundai today, two different companies. When they adopt Industry 4.0, Maruti will be a different brand still. Hyundai will be still a different brand, but manufacturing capacity will be all one. So they'll not be manufacturing owned up by Maruti, owned up by Tata, owned up by Hyundai. A plant in Gurgaon, a plant in Chennai, a plant in Surajpur, a plant in Bangalore, they're all integrated. How? Via IoT, via AI, via ownership is different. So there'll be some unique platform that will emerge. Like Amazon, it's an e-marketplace. There are plenty of sellers who are selling via Amazon. So there will be some platform where you'll find Honda sitting, Maruti sitting, Tata sitting. Manufacturing is something else. This is the future of Industry 4.0. Please guess, make a wild guess. What kind of professional will be most suited to do best for these companies? A generic MBA will not be a misfit. You are the right person. Today you may be thinking, yaar, IIT Jodhpur pata nahi kya rank hai. We don't have any rank. Obviously, we will not have rank because there is second batch. When IIT was started in 1960, 61, 62, the first two batches, BITS Pilani was superior brand. People used to leave IIT and they joined some other program. But think today, how much brand value IIT system is commanding? How much respect you get when you say that I am an IT student? This pride will never come with any other brand. Even I am also. I always mention this. If you have a choice of I am Ranchi and IIT Jodhpur, anybody has left I am Ranchi? Anybody has left new I am Visakhapatnam, I am Sirmaur, I am Jammu.
A lot of us have actually left offers from IIM just for the sake of IIT.
Please you are a very blessed person. You have made a very good reason. Because of the concept, you see there are multiple advantages. First, you are IIT graduate. Lifelong will carry IIT brand. If you join IIM Ranchi or IIM Sirmaur or IIM Jammu, you'll be carrying IIM brand of course. लेकिन वो पूछेंगे कि IIM कहाँ से? If you say IIM Sirmaur, तो वो फिर सिर मार लेगा. ठीक है? No, I should not say this. IIM Sirmaur also great institution. My point is just to make you understand that in brand value, IIT is a global brand. If you go abroad with IIT tag, people will recognize you. If say I'm an MBA from IIM, even Ahmedabad, they will start thinking, Acha, Ahmedabad, IIM. You have to explain a bit. You have to take time to explain. But if you say IIT, no question asked. They will offer you a cup of tea, maybe bouquet also, maybe job also. Okay, you are a very VIP today. The moment you joined IIT, you are on a board which is premium board. You are a VIP anyway. Now think about how to capitalize this opportunity. And this is ready-made available to you. You see, the composition of technology and business can only be made available in IIT campuses. IIM system, many standard B schools, they have to work hard to provide. If you go to campus, I pray to God you go to campus and spend time there. You will find some thousands of students from variety of disciplines. Your social circle is so wide. You have a school of AI, school of data science. You have mathematics. You have computer science. You have so many departments, science. And I'm sure by the time you graduate, there'll be something more else also on law and policy. Technology alone is not enough. These are relation. Law, policy, management, humanity, they're all going to. So they're all the major chunk of curriculum today, now taken over by extension beyond technology. So you will be getting to live with a community where there's a lot of diversity. Diversity has a great power. Diversity may, if you go to a garden where only rose, I don't know, only say sunflower. So it's very monotonous. But if you go to a garden, a park where you have some very systematic multiple rows with multiple flowers, you'll be more happy there. Diversity brings power. All of you must be from not from Jodhpur, not from Rajasthan alone, from Delhi, Haryana, Jammu, even South India. तो बहुत लोग होंगे. Even Northeast also, I'm sure. Anybody from Northeast? Well, Northeast, nobody could make it. Mr. Krishna, anybody from Northeast? Your admission data. Chalo, ठीक है. I think if you don't have anybody from Northeast, it occurs in our mind because Northeast seem to be one which is not often referred to. But so diversity, so you bring so many diverse culture. If you have one festival, no, you every week, every month there'll be something that is coming from the state you belong to. A group from Kerala, a group from Chennai, a group from Andhra, a group from Gujarat, a group from MP, in the heartland, and Kashmir or Northeast, Bengali or SME or other places. All of you bring some very special thing to share, and others will admire. And every entire year will be so much thing to rejoice. So this is only possible in the IIT campus. Crowd is bigger. It's not that diversity is not possible in IIM campuses, but you get thousands of students from all across disciplines, MSc, BTech, PhD. You will not get these people elsewhere. There'll be a lot of opportunity to collaborate with them, work with them, even not in classroom, but go beyond classroom. There'll be plenty of occasions to work with them. Students' activity is a major part of I have asked one of my students to be here. I think Swapna Joshi, if she's asking entry, please allow. Venkat.
Sure, Professor.
Yeah, I think she's trying. So I think she's trying. She's not able to get in.
I'll just handle that.
So I have asked one of my student who was in DMS here at IIT Delhi. and she was a class representative in BA program. I asked her to come with us and share how beyond classroom there are plenty of things that will keep you busy. In fact, your evolution will be higher via those activities that is part of your entire stay there in the campus. Actually, just try to judge this way. Today you are at some level. You are all coming from some place, have earned some degree from some engineering college, some university. So you have gained something from those places. Today you are a part of IIT Jodhpur. After 2 years, you should be a different person altogether. It must transform your personality totally. It must transform your thought process totally. You are having some ambition. You must be super ambitious after 2 years. And what is the example of ambition? I'll tell you example of Flipkart guys. Sachin Bansal and Vinay Bansal. They passed out BTech from IIT Delhi in 2004. They were picked up by Amazon. They served there for 2 years, 2005, 2006, and they quit the job. 2 years at Amazon, and they deciphered all master key of Amazon. And 2007, they launched Flipkart.com. Just check the data, maybe somewhere a month early before that. But somewhere 2007, Flipkart was in the market. Again with the same journey, selling books. Today, 2021, how many years? Not even 15 years. Where Flipkart is today? 2 years back, they sold at the rate of some around $16-18 billion. The young graduates, just 2 years of job, and they saw a gap in the market. Now tell me, selling a book is a great idea? You'll find plenty of bookshop around. What is a great idea into launching such a huge business? Imagine, but begin with selling book. Even after several years, Flipkart repeated same story and became successful. So please, think about business logic also, that you need not really actually having a very high class like iPhone product. That need not be necessary for you to launch a business. Just try to see unmet needs like Google Map. Google Map, before Google Map came, you could not think about the Google Map at all. Today, your life is so much hooked to Google Map. Your navigation system is so much hooked to that. Your entire journey is hooked up to that. So you need to identify those. So what I'm trying to convince you, just capitalize this 2 years stay here in the campus. This 2 years should be your ambitious journey. You should be after your teachers. I admire those students who just made my life hell. They were after me. They gave me sleepless night. I admired my students because they were those boys having so much energy. I remember, it was 2003, and I organized a very big conference. Dr. Kalam, then President, was chief guest, and so it was 18th December when he was to inaugurate, and before that, my life was very busy. And trust me, a day before, that is 17th December, I used to get flocks of visitors and a lot of media, etc. And the night of that, I could not sleep at all. Even 12 o'clock there is a call, 1 o'clock there is a call, even 3 o'clock there is a call, 3:30, 4 o'clock there is a call. And one guy from France, he landed up at the airport to attend my program. He gave me a call from the airport. Sir, मेरा ticket मिल जाएगा, book मिल जाएगा मेरे को. And I was totally tired. By the morning I got up I had no sleep for the past 2 days. But it was excitement. That tiredness, didn't put me down. I was still very energetic because looking at thousands of people, big media, and all channels, and we created a lot of literature on e-governance. I authored one book, 2 edited books. It was the first time in the entire world the first book on e-governance was launched. So it was a major event. So we also capitalized on that. Dr. Kalam gave signal we'll attend 6 months before. So we started working in advance. The same is the case here also. You have got 2 years time. Please, just be ambitious. Capitalize everything. Who can corner the campus, every faculty, you just run after them. You learn finance, go deep into this. You learn HR, you go deep into that. And you ask them to ask this question, what is Tech MBA in HR? Professor Venkat, tell me what is Tech MBA in HR? You ask your professor of strategy, Professor Krishna, what is Tech MBA in strategy? Your economic professor, ask them, what is Tech MBA there? They are required to answer this question. But you'll be more ready to grasp their answer if you read history of IBM, history of Amazon, because they are the companies where, see, Amazon is coming from, it's a non-tech company, but become too big a tech company. IBM is a tech company, but did a lot of experiments which are non-technical. It's only lies into understanding these business cases. Royal Bank of Scotland, even SBI, learn this. Even Hindustan Lever, even P&G, and hardcore FMCGs. Look at how much technology they have adapted. And ask this question from a marketing professor. What is Tech MBA there? You will have full clarity about this. So capitalize this, and I think you'll be really great graduate of IIT Jodhpur 2 years from now. IIT Jodhpur will take pride into all of you, and this is how institutions are built up. IIT is a brand built up by people like you, not us. We are just like parent. Our role is very very defined. But you are here after 2 years. You are just into the market. You are supposed to play a role. Now you make a choice of playing a role which is just ordinary or extraordinary. Only 2 choices you have. Either be a normal person, just have a salary, go back home, 9 to 5, or you have an extraordinary profile. Somebody asked, let me refer to, I think, Jeff Bezos or
Prashad, just Swapna has joined the call.
Swapna, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, Swapna, are you there? Yeah. Good. Swapna, welcome to this session. So I'm going to, in a few minutes, I'll hand over to Swapna. So I was just thinking about, I think Jeff Bezos or somebody, I'm not able to recall exactly. I think Jeff Bezos only. So this was a Christmas time, for people like Jeff Bezos, Richard, John, Suzanne, Lucy. Christmas is a big event, in Western countries. So almost a month they celebrate, beginning from end of December till early part of January. But he was still very busy. And you read about statements of Jeff Bezos. He said his Christmas is his work. He derives pleasure of Christmas by doing something, creating something. I remember one day, one of my colleagues here, Harish Chaudhary, so he shared an experience with me. So this was about NIIT. NIIT is an Indian tech company. It was founded by Vijay Thadani and Rajendra Pawar, both IIT Delhi graduates, some I think mid-80s. They are mostly into training programs, but they become tech companies. So this was, I think, early 90s something. And so normally what happens, in a corporate world, there is a practice to take a break and go for some picnic. And when they go for picnic, what they do? They just have fun, play music, dance, and lot of eat, drink, and also many other pleasure. So everybody was enjoying, and Thadani was not around. So he just was searching where is Thadani, where is Thadani. So he found him somewhere in the corner sitting on the computer and doing something. So he said, "Sir, what is this? We are all enjoying. Please come." So कहते हैं बेटे, you go and enjoy. My job is to ensure that you enjoy, because every first day of the month, my job is to ensure that your salary arrives in the bank account every first day of your month. Now look at the role of these people and how they think actually. So thinking differently is important. So 2 years from now, you should be a transformed person. The transformation should be exponential, extraordinary. Okay, and how you can become. So I thought, let me bring my somebody whom I have seen, and Swapna is here, and she's like Sachin Bansal and Benny Bansal, because she passed out 2 years back. Though she's not yet entrepreneur, I'm sure she will be one day. But her example is also quite interesting. Coming from a background, simple background, but a very lovely place of Himalaya, and they spent 2 years here. And she was the youngest, I think, student. Just simple graduate, no job experience, and has no clue where she is. And she was but very vivacious, very very reaching out to everybody, and becomes class representative. CR is a post where I think here also you'll come to know a lot of committees. There'll be a lot of choices before you become member of committee. Somebody become chair of the committee. Somebody will become CR. I mean, right now this is your aspiration level. So, and Sapna was stupendous in leading the class 2 years, and created a very action-centric batch. We were also, I think, expanding a lot. It was a larger batch than usual. And so she'll share with you, how 2 years beyond classroom can become very value adding for you. Okay. So you go through ups and downs, because we are emotional being. Otherwise, we don't exist. And emotions are of variety type. You just need to develop ability to deal with emotions, so that you compound the emotion, positive emotions, not negate that. I'm sure you are ready. You are best in your best of your mind and capability today itself, and whatever opportunity you get today, you should capitalize. IIT Jodhpur is going to offer you the best. You have got a world-class faculty here today, and anytime you want to uh, reach out to me, you can. Also, beauty of this program is that and it is not anywhere in other part of the B school in India. This program offers you variety of options to take a journey beyond Jodhpur after first year. So if you want to earn 1 degree MBA from Jodhpur, you are fine. This is the best program. Take MBA, the best in the world today. That is here, nowhere else. If you want to go abroad, Eastern B school is there, but you have to pay crores of rupees. Okay. But what we have done, we have brought Eastern here. We have brought 3 business schools from North America to be partnered with IIT Jodhpur. So after first year, you can take that journey. Around 30 lakh rupees or so, you become eligible to serve in North American market with 2 degrees. MBA, take MBA of IIT Jodhpur and MS from North American universities. So opportunities of this type is not woven in any other curriculum elsewhere. You are very fortunate, very lucky. Thank you, God, that you are here right now. And we are all here to uh, augment this journey, a stupendous experience for all of you. So God bless you all. And I'll ask Swapna to tell how she visualize her stay in DMS, and then how you can learn from her.
Sir, thank you. Just a word is that there are a few PhD students also here. So after Sapna, if you could also give a few of your thoughts on the research journey, that would be very nice.
Yeah, I'll come back again.
Thank you so much, Professor Gupta. I hope all the students and the faculty members can hear me. Please let me know.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear.
we can hear you.
All right. Thank you so much. Hi, guys. Good morning / good afternoon, as it is 11:59 right now. I want to cover both the grounds. I cannot tell you how happy I am right now to be amongst all of you. And the best part about it is to just hearing Professor Gupta, right? It just fills my heart with so much of emotions and so much of memories right now. Because believe me, for the 2 years of MBA that I was in Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, this was all we heard, right? And we cherished these, pearls of wisdom which used to come from Professor Gupta and all our esteemed professors, right? So, having 3 years been in corporate, I think this was the thing that I was missing the most. And you know what? I'll not give you much gyan about it, because probably once you enter your corporate life, your teachers are something you're going to miss the most. So that's something which you'll realize on your own. And I'll let you come to that discovery. But I'll start with a little bit of introduction. So I'm Swapna. I hail from Nainital. It's a beautiful town in Uttarakhand, in the lap of the Himalayan ranges. So I've been born and brought up in Nainital, educated as well over here. And by education, I have a degree in economics. I've been a student of economics, statistics, and finance in my bachelor's period. And post my bachelor's degree, I joined Department of Management Studies, IIT Delhi, DMS IIT Delhi, for a full-fledged MBA course. And I majored in supply chain and operations, and I minored in finance. And because of DMS IIT Delhi, I got a wonderful opportunity to be an intern with Amazon. And post my internship, I also received a pre-placement offer from Amazon. So currently in Amazon, I'm working as a senior manager, and I am within the risk and compliance of organization of Amazon. So basically, our job is to make sure that all the Amazon sellers, Amazon customers in the North American fulfillment network, as well as the APAC, that is Asia Pacific network, are compliant when it comes to the policies, the regulations, and the guidelines which are laid down by the trade governments and the organizations all over the world. So this role is a mixture of supply chain, operations, and a lot of quality management. So that's about me from a professional front. From personal front, I love reading books. I love painting. I love gardening. And before the cruel COVID-19 pandemic hit us, I also used to go for a lot of trekking, but all of that has stopped now. So that's about it, guys, from me as an introduction. I am extremely honored that I am sitting among such distinguished students and such distinguished faculty members to share a little bit of thoughts. So today, the story that I'm going to share with you is divided into 3 parts. First is my story of leadership in DMS IIT Delhi. Second is my story of education in DMS IIT Delhi. And the last story is my story of relationship building in my MBA curriculum. And I'm hoping that through these 3 little stories, I will be able to give you some words of wisdom, right? So if it is okay with you all, I'll start with my first story of leadership. So, like Professor Gupta said, I was one of the youngest students to enter, the MBA program. I entered at the age of 21, if I'm not wrong. And amongst me, right, the kind of aura that was around me, I had faculty members who were so distinguished with years of experience, my colleagues with years of experience, right? And because, by nature, since my school life, I had always been a class monitor or a class prefect or a student representative. So I had that mad vision that, you know what, I want to be a leader of this batch of 2018 of MBA students. But the difference was when I was in my school or when I was in my bachelor's degree, everybody was of my own age group, right? Same thought process, same thinking, same years of experience, right? And comparatively, it was a little easier to lead them, right? And there was no challenge as such. And at that point of time, when I used to talk about my vision during my induction program with some of my fellow classmates, they used to tell me, hey, you're just a child. You can't lead a batch of people whose average age is 28 years old. And to be honest with you, it was intimidating, right? But I did not come in my MBA degree just to, go through books. I came to my MBA degree because I wanted to learn leadership. And the best way to learn leadership, obviously, apart from your professors and your books, is also from actually doing leadership. And there I was, 21-year-old student, trying to convince my class, where the average age was 27, 28, to choose me as their representative, right? And we had a huge round of selection procedure. We had to prove ourselves. I was made the temporary CR for a month or so. But I'll tell you something. They say, right, life is all about connecting the dots. Had I not done that, had I not gone through that experience, had I not gone through that churn, had I not made the mistakes that I made during the selection procedure or even after I got elected, I would not have been able to prepare myself better for, my corporate journey. So how it helped me was when Amazon came on campus for hiring interns, their minimum criteria for hiring people was a job experience of 7 to 8 years. So they would have never selected a so-called kid like me for their internship program, let alone their full-time offer, right? But they saw something in my profile, right, which was all about leadership, team management, and all of that, which is why they felt and they gave me a chance. And my hiring manager on my face told me that, you know what, Swapna, you're very young. We want team leaders. We want people who have a lot of experience. You sure you'll be able to manage it? So with a lot of confidence and with a lot of smug on my face, I said, you know what, sir, I'm one of the youngest student representatives ever in the history of IIT Delhi. I think I'll be able to pull it off. Although I was sounding very confident in front of his face, but believe me, inside my heart, I was literally scared to my bones, right? And when I joined Amazon also full time, everybody who reports to me, even now, everybody is elder to me. Everybody. The people who are in their 40s, late 50s, right, whom I'm managing directly. So now, whatever the way I'm handling them, it has got a lot to do with the way I handled my batch of 2018 MBA during my MBA tenure. The number of mistakes I have made, and I think Professor Gupta is the biggest witness of that, because he was very kind enough, right? Because one thing I really liked about him was that as much as he encouraged us to do the right things, he also encouraged us to learn from our mistakes. So he is one of those witnesses of my blunder mistakes which I have made as a student representative. Because when you are a student representative, right, there are multiple committees, there are things in the college that you participate in. There are people who are having varied opinions about the events, about the organization, about how all of it will go through. Trust me, it is very exhilarating. It is very challenging as a human being, as a person, and especially as a young person, right? But one thing that it teaches you is how to manage people who come from multiple backgrounds, how to deal with people who come from multiple backgrounds, how to talk to them, what not to say to them, what to say to them, right? And all of this manifests in your corporate life, because when you enter the real world of corporate, things are not going to be hunky-dory. You're not going to meet people with the same intellectual wavelength. You're not going to meet people who think just like you. You're going to meet people from everywhere, right? People who are elder to you, younger to you, and you will have to more than work management. You will have to do an ego management of so many people, right? And let's face it, that's the truth of corporate life. And I'm so thankful that my journey of participating in leadership programs within DMS IIT Delhi, participating in various clubs, various events, various activities, it taught me so much. And guys, this is a personal mantra. You can subscribe to it, you can unsubscribe to it. But I really personally believe that it's very important as a leader, to make mistakes in the early part of your education, right? Because as much as your perfection will teach you, more than that, your mistakes teach you, right? Every interaction that I had as a class representative of Department of Management Studies, every interaction serves as an example, as an anecdote for me now when I work at Amazon, right? And believe me, it has enabled for me to become one of the youngest senior managers in Amazon India, right? And I would not have imagined to be in a place that I am in Amazon had it not been for my experiences, right? And I'll be lying to you if I said that it was a pleasure ride. No, it wasn't. It is not supposed to be. It is supposed to be a tough ride. It is supposed to teach you. But that's what MBA is all about, right? So please, 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 the first story of leadership of mine ends with this request to all of you. Please invest some time of yours, getting out of your books, getting out of your classrooms to participate in these clubs, events, be the general secretary, be the class representative, be anything, right? If you are an introvert, then it's even more important, right? Because expose yourself to these vulnerabilities now, because once you enter the corporate world, you might not get this chance to experiment. Consider these 2 years of your life as an experimentation, right? And on a funny note, the 2 years of MBA is like the first relationship of your life. You will remember it for the rest of your life. You'll make a lot of mistakes, a lot of stupid mistakes, and it will teach you everything that you need to know for the rest of your life. And it will actually enable you to meet your right partner, professionally and personally both. So that's my first story of leadership. I hope I was able to communicate some essence to you guys. I'll quickly move over to my second story of education, right? Which is also, again, I feel very close to my heart and personally very important to me. So, guys, we are in a system, right, where you will be bombarded with a lot of curriculum, a lot of books, a lot of courses, a lot of electives will be shown to you, right? Rather than just ensuring that you top the batch or you get the highest marks, or you just scale those GPA, CGPA, or grade charts. What's also important is to listen to your professors. And when I say listen to your professors, I mean the examples that they quote, right? Like, for example, just now Professor Gupta, in his elucidation of various leaders, he gave you a lot of examples about leaders, about companies, about organizations. Please listen to these anecdotes, because these anecdotes will help you in your future, right? One of the examples which I can actually quote right now is, there is a subject which I had opted for, which was about supply chain and operations, right? So there was this concept which we learned over there, which is about cant supply matrix. It's a very theoretical concept. It's a 2x2 matrix that we make, which talks about optimization opportunities between investment and the kind of suppliers. And this was a concept which stayed with me even after I left DMS, and it was beautifully explained by our professors, right? And when I was doing my internship with Amazon, right, there was a problem statement that Amazon had given me to close on. And you'll not believe me, because I had learned or heard my professors very carefully while they were teaching me, while they were giving me all the examples out of their experience, I was able to relate Carjack supply matrix problem to one of the Amazon's actual problem statement. And that really helped me to impress my leadership at Amazon and to actually tell them that I would be a good fit for Amazon. And that's how I received my pre-placement offer. So please take the learnings, take the education, take the anecdotes that the professors over here in the college will teach you very, very seriously. Books you can read on your own, but these examples, these golden words, right, these golden anecdotes that come out of their mouth will go a very long way. Even now, right, when I'm working in my office, right, there are so many opportunities, there's so many projects that we work on where we open our books, right? So behind me is my bookshelf, and on the last rack of the bookshelf, I have kept all my books from MBA. They're very close to me. All the books are just there, then my notes are still there, and I still go through them, right? There's so many problem statements that sometimes I face at work, that I open these books and I try to find a solution. So please take the education as well very seriously. And when I say education, not just about your CGPA, not just about topping the class. There are things way beyond just topping the class. It's about understanding those concepts, engaging with your professors, learning more from them, right? So very important story of education that I wanted to share with you. Last is the story of relationships, right? So when you are in your MBA curriculum, right, you meet people from various backgrounds, you meet professors from various backgrounds, right? So you come as a student, you learn a lot, you read your books. Obviously, everybody's aim is to get placed in a good company, to learn a lot of concepts and to get that degree, right? Which is very envied by many other students who are not such fortunate to get into IITs for MBA programs. So those are our objectives, right? But one of the objectives in the MBA program should also be to build effective relationships. So whatever these fundas that you learn, right, networking and all of that, which you learn through social media sites, through LinkedIn and all of that, there is no better place to network than your MBA degree. And when I say network, I mean networking with your colleagues, networking with your, alumni, networking with your professors, everybody, right? Learn from them. Build strong relationships with them, right? If you are lucky, you'll find mentors for life, just like I did, right, in Professor Gupta. So for me, he's been one of my, so I have 5 mentors in my entire life. One of them I found in school, one of them I found in my bachelor's education, one of them is Professor Gupta, who I found in my MBA education, and 2 of them are from Amazon. So I have these 5 mentors who are my 5 strong pillars of support and guidance. So every time I'm stuck in a problem, I either call them or I think about them or I try to recall what they taught me, right? So mentorship, engaging, connectivity, talking to people, relationship building, very important part of your MBA life, right? Because in corporate, you'll be expected to do this, right? And there is no book which will actually tell you, okay, these are the 5 golden rules of relationship management. No, nothing like that. You're going to learn it only by talking to people, engaging with them, having some funny conversations, having some terrible conversations, and that's how you grow, right? That's how you learn. So when I entered DMS, when I was 21, I was not like this, right? I was callous. I was so crazy. I was so ambitious and I was maddening, right? But this calm that has come to me, this realization has come to me, has only come after engaging with people, after making mistakes, and after doing whatnot. So the third story is the story of relationship building. Please have some strong relationships during this tenure. I know, right now we are going through a terrible pandemic, and I know it is very difficult that people do not get an opportunity to come on the floor. And believe me, as much as it is difficult for the students, it is difficult for us as corporate professionals also. Because you know what, when I at Amazon was told that we'll be expected to work from home, I was in a nightmare. Because I'm a senior ops manager, right? I have a span of more than 200 people reporting to me worldwide. And when they are in office, I'm able to, reach out to them better, connect with them better. And I was just wondering, oh my God, I'm gone. Time to leave Amazon. How will I manage? But you know what? All those engagement activities, all those things that we used to do on campus and office, we figured out a way. We did it virtually and we're still doing it now. And we are one happy virtual family. So there's always a workaround. There's always a way around. Please network, please connect with your colleagues, form study groups, form discussion groups, form mentorship groups within yourself. Very, very, very important. And I know, you might sometimes face a situation where you'll have to balance your participation in academia with your participation in extracurricular activities and all the other activities, but please treat both of them with equal importance. There is a limit to which the books can teach you, okay? There is a limit to that. Management is learned with books, but only 20%. 80% of management and leadership is learned only through participation, through activities, through engagement, and through networking, right? So there is this 80-20 analysis that you will have to do for yourself. So just summarizing my 3 stories of leadership. The first lesson of leadership, please go out loud, participate, engage, take a position, take a responsibility. It can be anything. It can be as small as putting a small online tracker together for your batch of students to access online resources, right? But take lead in something. It will serve you very well, and that will actually help you in your corporate career. Second story of leadership, which was about the story of education. Please listen to your professors carefully, especially when they're giving you examples. Because those examples are the ones which, believe me, you will, if you listen carefully, will enable you to climb the corporate ladder very, very fast. I'm a living example of that. That's why I'm saying it. And third story is basically the story of relationship. Network, build relationships, talk to your professors, talk to your classmates, talk to everybody that you can, because that's how you learn. So please focus on these 3 pillars of leadership, of education and relationships a lot. Make as many mistakes as you can, because that's what will make you a better leader. That's what will make you a better individual. But yes, lastly, the one message that I want to pass to all of you is always remember, to be humble. The opportunity that you have gotten to study in such an esteemed college, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. It's not a matter of pride, it's a matter of big responsibility. There are people in India who are looking up to all of you all, right? Not just intellectually, but academically and personally also. So once you graduate from this college, once you talk to anybody, it should look like, yes, the students from IIT Jodhpur are talking, right? So please, please, please be humble, please be grounded, learn as much as you can, communicate as much as you can, share as much as you can, because that is what will make you stronger. And please, spend as much time possible working with your professors. They are your guiding light. They are the ones who will kind of enable you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And on that note, I just had a message from the class of 2018 from DMS IIT Delhi. Because I'm the student representative, I still say I am, because I still feel like the leader of the class. So I'm staying with a lot of smile and a lot of pride. So I have a message from the class of 2018 for Professor M.P. Gupta. So sir, you remember you used to have a course with all of us, right? Where you used to teach us the integration between management and technology, right? So you remember there was a lot of times where you used to give us anecdotes about these companies and these big leaders. You used to talk a lot about Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, all these great leaders. And, we used to stare at you and we used to learn from you and we used to understand from you. And you used to often say that when you enter the corporate world, you'll realize what I'm saying. So having spoken to almost 60-70% of my batchmates, Professor Gupta, I can echo and I vouch, professors are always right. Yes, whatever lectures you taught us, whatever lessons, gyan you gave us, it was so very true. Everything we have experienced, everything we have understood. And even now, as a part of Amazon, when I hear Jeff Bezos talking, he gives the same example and same anecdotes which you guys to give us. So on behalf of the entire batch, thank you so much. And we owe a lot. Wherever we end up 10 years from now in our corporate career, if anybody from our batch is able to make it as high as Jeff or as high as Mark, we will make sure that, we call it out in front of everybody that we owe everything to DMS IIT Delhi and we owe everything to you, Professor Gupta, and all our professors. So on behalf of the batch of 2018, thank you so much for everything. And apologies if we were not attentive sometimes in class, if we were naughty, if we didn't listen to you, if we went for too much of washroom breaks and too much of water breaks and too much of pantry breaks, but forever grateful and forever thankful, Professor Gupta. I think you're speaking on mute, sorry.
Yeah, wonderful to hear again, Swapna, after a long time. I think we need to talk more. I look forward to talk to you more, to know more about your batches. But yes, she's right. For us, this is the one experience and solace. And I get plenty of emails, even years past batches, older batches, and they give a phone call, they email us from USA, from China, from Tokyo, across the globe, not only in India, and they just give a call with a sense of gratitude. So why this happens? You trust the system. I'm from DMS, but trust what you have got in Jodhpur is better than the DMS curriculum. The design of a curriculum, forward looking. What you need to do be more demanding. Ask more from the teachers. And I'm sure, after 2 years, really a transformed person. And I think Swapna will be available. You can share your email or phone number to the batch. And so there'll be a lot of committees and groups active. She has experience of dealing with the groups. I'm sure you are all very capable people. But in any case, you don't have many seniors. Only one senior, and they spend all virtual time. So you don't have many seniors to guide you, you can count on her in case you need any kind of help. And she is part of Amazon. Amazon is the one company today, the only company hiring worldwide and making double profit than any company. Economy of the world is going down, but Amazon is rising, going up. So she can also arrange something more than just talk. So go after her and make best of the time. And also, alumni of Jodhpur, you also count on alumni of IIT Delhi, DMS as well. There are all people via whom you can reach to them. So what is used, as he said, network, and this become your bigger family, the global family. God bless you all. If any question, I can answer right away. Or then I'll talk about something about research, because I see there are some PhD students also, so I'll talk about them also.
Professor, only bit is we have come to the end of the slot and we have scheduled another speaker. And request if it would be kind if you could give us another time where it would be suitable for you to come in and speak to the PhD students.
I'm a free man. There's the rare time I'm busy. Otherwise, I watch TV, I read a lot. So mostly I'm free. You can give me any random thought, and I'll be able to accommodate.
Certainly,
I'm not part of a corporate world, so my time is mostly. Even there's a vacation time, so you can slot any time. I'll talk to scholars separately.
Thanks a lot.
Let's keep it separate. They require a different kind of orientation.
Sure, certainly, Professor. And we also thank Swapna for logging in and sharing her student life at DMS and how that has shaped her both as a person and as a professional. So that, I think, is something, again, the students would love to, as you said, communicate with her over time and learn from her experiences. I would request Tulsi, if she is here, to grant vote of thanks to Professor Gupta as well as Swapna for logging in and sharing their experiences.
But before that, I think quickly 1 or 2 questions, if anybody has got, I can take up. Still, there are 5 minutes. So what are thanks? Just thank you is enough. I think don't need to elaborate a bit beyond that. Let's use time to talk more.
Yeah, Harika, you can go ahead. I think.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Sorry.
I always heard you.
Okay. So, sir, you have really given a good emphasis on the need of the tech MBA and the need in the industry for the tech leadership. So, as IIT Jodhpur has recently set up MBA program, I just want to know the objective behind having a traditional MBA program also being offered in parallel to the tech MBA.
So, well, we wanted to have everything in the basket. You go to any superstore and you get everything. You go to super mall and all shops are there. So similarly, in our curriculum, we wanted not to deny somebody who just want to be traditional MBA. Okay. So the first year is fundamental, foundation courses. It is common to all of you. It is a practice. Any B school curriculum you pick up, the first year is a foundation time. So those courses are more or less same, barring 1 or 2, refocus or some tweaking, but those are more or less common. The real choices are opened up once you are into second year. And second year, I mean, there are 2 tracks, clear 2 tracks. One that takes you to traditional MBA. That any B school you join, you find same package. So you have choice to specialize. Second year is always a time to make a clear choice about your specialization. Like Supna said about supply chain operations, or business analytics, or financial management, fintech, or digital marketing. It is your pure choice, and you, based on that, you accumulate courses, 7 courses, 8 courses. Also do your term projects, uh, focusing on understanding those problems in deeper way, taking up summer training on similar subject, getting mentorship closely with those professors who are actually in that area. Okay. Also beyond IIT Jodhpur, you also write to other professionals, professors elsewhere, so that you are able to really build up a good beginning to launch your career in that area. Either you are going to be a marketing professional, or a financial management professionals, or a great investor, or a great supply chain manager, etc. So that track is traditional. It is just as you get any IM, any BMS, any IIT. Track 2 is unique. It doesn't exist anywhere in the country, anywhere in the Asia. It does exist one place in Europe, that is in Spain, and 2-3 places in America. It's a new phenomenon, and we are leader in that. Trust me, the kind of design of track 2 is built in there. It is very innovative. It is very forward looking. I am sure many of the B schools are going to copy that 5 years down the line. That is forecasted based design of the market potential, market dynamics, market landscape. Okay. Now, what happens in track 2 is a tech MBA track. In fact, there are 3 tracks. So I'll talk about third track is about going abroad. So second track is happening here. So in tech MBA, there are again core and elective kind of thing. So core is essential. So tech essential means you need to have some certification, some foundation about big data and analytics and cloud computing. You go to MIT, there is a analytics edge karke program hai. You will find basket of courses on analytics, and they're all basically range of all courses. So we have pulled up few from that, but I think I'll suggest all of you who are going to take track 2 journey should read a lot of things, a lot of resources available at MIT Analytics Edge basket of resources. So that will help you augment. So essential part is giving you foundation, strong foundation. You have some foundation, but it is going to solidify that foundation, so that you see cloud computing today is a big business. You need to know that. Big data, you need to know concept. What is big data? We know data. Why? What is new that you call big data has become big? So referring to real-time data. Real-time data is something very different than anything else. It's like online journey. Like you are going on a road. There's a video. There is a cameras which are capturing images, videos of moving vehicles. But there is something happens on the road. There is a instant analytics within the camera is able to analyze the captured video, create response system for health, for police response, from other logistical responses, so that something happened on the highway, on the overbridge, response system is quick. So this is referring to a system which is real time, which is not thought about at all earlier. So we are referring to knowledge about big data. And then coming back to analytics, elective within Tech MBA, this is giving you option to further develop niche specialty. For example, you want to become analytics in supply chain. Okay. So you take up all those courses, tech-centric courses, analytics-centric courses, which are talking about that. Supply chain analytics is the one big subject where data is coming from supply chain world. It is still analytics. but your exposure is to the domain of problems of supply chain. I have had a chance to again listen to IBM. IBM is a great company, I must tell you. I went to Bangalore. It was, I think, some 5-6 years back, and I had a very close meeting with IBM professional who was just telling me the range of tools they have on supply chain only. It was more than 100 analytical tools only covering the subject of supply chain. Okay, you need to know all that. You don't have time to know, then deviate into taking marketing, taking finance unnecessarily. Basic of finance and marketing is all known to you in first year. In second year, you need to just be focused. So in the Tech MBA journey, the after essential, the elective part will open up choice to concentrate on marketing analytics, or financial fintech analytics, or marketing analytics, or operational analytics, or even strategy analytics, even HR analytics. So all open. So same like functional specialization, it is designed that way, but the training is on analytics tools. Okay, so take this skillful design, innovative design is not anywhere visible. As per my knowledge, I have had a chance to look around all syllabus globally before laying down this curriculum, and this was something I never found anywhere. And for you, if you take track 2, Tech MBA, it is going to give you a top up over base so great, it is uncomparable in terms of your skill set you develop. So after 2 years, you'll be really very smart Tech MBA. This is a technology leadership program. Trust me, understand technology leadership. It is not technology only, it is not analytics only, it is not only big data, it is not cloud computing. You are a business leader of technology setup. You are a person whom Jeff Bezos would be love to hire over any general MBA. Sundar Pichai will love to hire you, give priority over any general MBA. Okay, because they are tech companies. They are still looking for MBAs. They are not getting right MBAs at present. Now this is the right MBA. So Tech MBA is the one. A third is I'm crossing the time, but I'll take a slice of time. Third opportunity, going abroad. Again, we have tied up with 3 universities. They're all offering MS programs after 1 year. You go there, you want 2 degree, MS, MBA here, MS there, at a very limited cost. Your visa is all arranged. Your job is you can serve for 3 years post 1 year degree, 35 lakh investment, and your placement will be beginning $1 lakh per year. So 3 years, if you are there, $3 lakh, kitna ho gaya rupees mein? You have just recovered all your investment. So great opportunity that we have created. This is the best curriculum that you have got today. Okay, Harika, please.
Ma'am, I have a question for you. You have shared a wonderful story, 3 stories of your life. So from your past leadership experience, can you let us know like what you look back and think of that you could have done better in your leadership journey?
Thank you so much for that question, Harika. Okay. Oh my God. 100 things come to my mind that I could have done better in my leadership journey. But yes, I will cite one of those examples. So as I said, right, I was one of the youngest student leaders, in my IIT journey. So I was dealing with a class, a wonderful class. So let me begin by stating that my batch of students, like my batchmates, they were amazing, right? Brilliant people coming from brilliant colleges, brilliant backgrounds, amazing job experiences, right? So one thing that I deeply regret, and probably if I had a time machine would have done better, is that when I started engaging with them, right, as a class representative, it would have made more sense to kind of understand the conflicts rather than fighting the conflicts. So there was a time when we used to propose some activities in college, and the people, especially the ones who are very tenured and are from distinguished companies, they used to differ, right? They used to disagree. They used to kind of always conflict my proposals, and they used to always tell me that no, this is not the right way of doing things, and you should look at it the other way. And even though I knew that my idea is right, I felt that, they're doing it probably deliberately. So rather than thinking that a person is challenging me deliberately, I should have thought that maybe they're speaking out of experience. Maybe they have worked in an atmosphere where they thought that this idea wouldn't have worked. So maybe a deliberation rather than confrontation, a deliberation would have worked better, right? So, and this happened in the initial few months when I started as a CR. So when I started as a class rep, we used to come up with ideas, and there was so much of strong, opposition which was created, especially from the tenured people in the batch, right? So rather than engaging with them and understanding why they are saying what they are saying, I kind of took it the other way that, okay, I'm female, I'm a young leader, probably they don't like it, and probably that's why they're countering me. But that was not the right way of looking at it, right? The right way of looking at it was that, okay, I value your opinions, I value your thoughts. Can you please share anecdotes? Why are you saying this idea is not valid, right? And that serves as a lesson to me even now, right? Even now I hold it. So that's the exact thing that if I had a time machine and I could go back, I would have done it very, very differently. Would have engaged with them, learned from them, and asked, right, what are the alternative solutions? And after 3 months, when I realized this the hard way, obviously the relationships become better. But now, when I'm in Amazon, when I'm dealing with the people, so there are a couple of people who report to me who are in their early 50s, right? And I'm just 26, 27-year-old now, and I'm a senior manager. So now, when that situation happens, that I'm proposing an idea and they don't agree with me, I respect their value add. I genuinely, not just for the sake of having a easy discussion, but I genuinely respect their value add. I ask them why they're saying what they're saying. I ask for anecdotes. We come on the same ground, we discuss, and then as a group, we collectively do things, right? And now what I have also started doing is whenever I'm proposing an idea to anybody, I make sure that I reach out to people. I ask them for their valuable inputs, and I ask them, do they think that it is valid? And I'm vocally self-critical. So it's very important to be vocally self-critical for a leader, right? You have to tell people how wrong you are as much as you tell them how right you can be. So that's the biggest lesson of leadership, Harika.